He's a two-time world champion. He had a fast and furious career. He retired at the tender age of 27. Now he's got the beautiful backdrop of Century Cove to hone his golf game. Let's see how Casey Stoner plays.
I believe adrenaline is fear. The faster, more scary the corner, the better I felt.
With Stoner as it goes through the corkscrew.
You don't go there thinking you're going to hurt yourself.
Wow, that is a huge high side.
Riding them again after crashing was probably a hard thing. Some people really struggle to come back after a crash. But you just have to clear your mind. It's like exactly the same as a bad golf shot. You know, you start slicing or doing something you really don't want to, lining up on the next shot, just completely wiping that last one and going, okay, I know what I did wrong in that last one, recognising what it was and taking that out of it. It's exactly the same with motorbikes, knowing what you did wrong, going, okay, that's what happened, so that shouldn't scare me now for the rest of my career or the rest of this day or weekend. It's hard sometimes, but it's part of the job, so it's why the top guys are at the top and some of the other guys aren't, because it's a hard thing to overcome.
What a homecoming for Casey Stoner.
All right, let's go for a bash. Mate, thanks for coming out and having a game of golf with me today. You haven't been the best of late. You've been in bed sick, so to get you out of your sick bed, that's great. Thanks. We're at Century Cove. This is where you play. I'm going to get you to show me where to go today. So what's our first hole here? I've never played here.
I haven't played here a lot, to be honest, because I took membership recently.
Yep.
Always sort of wanted to become a member here, and because I'm now going to start playing golf a lot more, I took membership here. But then I've spent the last sort of 2 out of 3 months in Europe, so you know, I haven't had the opportunity to get enough rounds here for sure. All
right, well, the little bit you do know, you show me where to go.
Par 4, it's fairly simple, this hole, to be honest. Everything you can see what's there. I don't believe there's any hidden bunkers or anything like that off to the right, so basically play it straight down the centre and we can see the pin from here.
Oh, sweet. Just a nice little fade.
Yep, happy enough at that.
Jeez, you didn't think you were going to make contact. Oh, it's into the trees. Jeez.
You might be all right out there.
Well, I've been in a lot of golf carts before, but not one with this much power, and not one with a seatbelt. What's the deal, mate, with a seatbelt? Like, do I really need to have this on? I thought you were, like, really good at these motor vehicle stuff and...
Well, hopefully on the golf course we're not planning on going too quickly, so I think you'll be all right. But in the cove, I think, you know, I think they want you to do it.
Right, I'm hanging on anyway. Let's go and find your ball in the middle of the fairway.
All righty.
Now, interesting part is you've only just started having, like, full-time lessons, so you've stripped it all back. You've only played a little bit corporately and a few games here and there, but what have you done with your golf game? That was a brand new golf swing that we got on the first tee.
Yeah, unfortunately, because I've been a bit crook, I haven't been able to really cement it in yet, and it's a little bit between what I used to do and what I am doing now, but when it goes right, it's perfect, but it's that halfway point that is making things difficult.
And so your new coach, what's he started you on? Richie started you on what parts of your golf game?
Basically from the very beginning. First of all, posture and, you know, where I'm holding myself, my stomach, my core, what I'm switching on. The first part of my stance, that was everything in the first part. Then, of course, my takeaway, which was getting a little bit too drawn behind me and causing me to come over the top of the ball and create my fade. So we're basically just trying to get rid of that at the moment and basically start from scratch and build me up shape me from a new golfer, which is, it'll take a little bit of time for sure.
Great, you'll be a scratch marker before we know it.
I don't think so.
Pins at the front here, so just go straight at it.
Yeah.
What a nice way to start.
I'm hoping not to go too far past it because it's kind of hard to get them to stop on these greens, so.
All right. Oh, that's consistent play. Just keep it short so you can chip it on.
Very much so.
But I guess that's the change in the golf swing, you know, you're trying to get out of being back here and around here to a little bit more solid, shaft going up and coming straight back down.
Yeah, it's basically everything's about preloading at the moment rather than bringing my hands through it.
Right.
Sort of trying to preload it because I was sort of pushing my arms through before my body.
Right.
To get rid of my fade. But of course, you know, trying to do everything yourself is not the best plan. And
Welcome to my world,
yeah.
pal.
Casey Stoner is the 2007 MotoGP World Champion.
The sacrifices your parents made for you to get to, you know, a world champion, did you realise what they were doing at that time?
I mean, I suppose when I was younger I didn't. But when we did make the decision to go overseas, you know, everything became, we became very aware of it. You know, not only had they made sacrifices, I still had my family on my shoulders.
Yep.
And it was up to me to go and do the job. So as much sacrifice as there was also a lot of, you know, pressure on my shoulders as well. It was all sort of, you know, fun and a holiday at first, and then sort of reality slowly starts to sink in, and you start to realise that, you know, if we don't make this, if we don't, you know, do this and become successful, then we've sort of lost everything that we've left to go and achieve this. So there was quite a bit riding on it, but you know, we just kept our heads down, kept pushing through. There was a lot of hard times, a lot of times we thought we weren't going to make it, especially myself. So the results really counted for everything, and we needed to go out and win races, and not just win, we had to dominate. You know, we had to win by you know, more than 10 seconds, 15 seconds kind of thing for the real sponsors and the real people to sort of take notice, because we really had no money to carry us forward. Everything had to come off merit sort of thing.
Now, what was your dream when you started? You know, you jump on the bike at 4 or 5 years of age. When was it that you realised you had a dream for something?
Well, even before I was on the bike, you know, we were always watching, you know, Mick Doohan and you know, Swans, all these sort of guys. And, you know, that's who I wanted to be. You know, road racing, there was never any other ideas that I had in my mind. I just wanted to go road racing, and I wanted to be world champion. You know, a lot of kids have dreams and, you know, aspire to become great. So, you know, it's like, yeah, sure, you know, off you go. But, you know, I guess we're just a little bit more determined than others. You know, we had a long road ahead of us, and a difficult one, especially from where we were in Australia. Already my dirt track career was going to be a long, difficult one. We got a lot of competition over here, and they were hard to overcome, but we did well. And, you know, I think I came up through a very strong era, but it's what, you know, makes you stronger anyway, is when you have to go through the hard moments.
So coming from the dirt bike, you've had to really work from the bottom up. Is that more satisfying coming out there, other than being this superstar that comes in, you know, mummy and daddy's money from the top? You've actually had to start from the bottom.
In particular, car racing, it's a little more easy to be successful when you've come in with money, because it's hard to get time in a car. It costs a lot of money to run, all that sort of thing. Dirt track and dirt bikes, it's a lot easier for us to run on a very, very low budget and still show your potential, show your skill level, you know, find that something extra. So I don't believe we're any more hard done by from when you have to come up from the bottom. And it also makes us just dig deep. You know, you've got something to lose, you've got something you really have to work for. If you want it, you need to go and get it rather than have it come to you. So I've always found that the people that have come from nothing are normally the people that become the most successful.
Stoner and Ducati have just done it again.
You're pretty good at bunker shots, but aren't you?
Yeah, I've been happy enough with my bunkers in the past.
Right.
But, you know, things change with the camera on.
This is the easy part now, mate. You've only got about 30 feet to the pin.
It's nice and close. I've just got to, it's not too bad a bunker either, so we'll see.
I don't think anyone really likes bunkers that much, but you sound like you do.
I kind of enjoy it. I enjoy challenging shots, and when I hit it in the trees, it's always a great opportunity for a great shot, so.
Nice. You know, there's a lot of people at home who are going to dislike you because they don't like bunkers, they don't get out in first go, and you've just ripped one out in first go.
Well, generally, you know, this bunker's in perfect condition, so it makes things a little easier.
Now
when
you're
they're
showing
harder,
off.
it's difficult.
I'll get out, I'll rake the bunker for you.
Thank you.
Nothing like starting the day with a nice solid par. You've hit it in there into about 6 feet. Is putting normally a good part of your game?
Depends what day it is. It's not consistent, so no, it's one area that I'd like to improve, but it's not my worst area. So
okay, give it a rip. Oh, too good indeed. Nice start.
thank you.
What a contrast to what you were doing. You know, you're in this hype world of motorsports to a golf course. What's the lifestyle change been like?
I'd say it depends how you approach golf. You know, you can either approach it as a challenge, or you can approach it as something, you know, quite relaxing. So it's a little bit of both for me, and I've been able to mix it up. It's as much of a challenge if I want it to be, but at the same time, you know, most golf courses to me are like Garden of Eden. It's it's something beautiful just to be in here, and on days like this.
After the break, Casey tries to shoot his way to Hamilton Island. Now, golf and motorbikes are two different things. When I stand on the first tee of the US Open, my heart's pounding. I'm trying to, you know, just stay in my routine and get the ball somewhere down the fairway and not knock anybody on the head out on the sidelines there. What's going through your head on the grid?
Depends what era. In my early years, sort of 2007 up until probably 2010, before I even went on the grid, between warm-up and race, I was sick. I was in the fetal position in the motorhome, trying to just survive, basically. Very, very difficult to explain how sick I used to get, just from nerves and pressure, and I didn't want to let anyone down. That's what it was all coming from. When we got a result or we finished the race in a good position, it was just relief. Was huge for me. But then in the later years, I learnt a simple thing that it sounds very unintelligent, but you can only do what you can do, and you cannot do more than that. And as soon as you learn to understand that, then you have this calmness come over you. Somebody beats you, they were better on the day. That's something that helped me, and in the later years, I was normally very, very relaxed at the start of the races, especially, you know, the last 3-4 years of my career. I was incredibly calm.
Looks like we've got a bit of a dog leg here, mate.
Yeah, it can be a bit tough, especially with my fade. It sort of goes the wrong way here.
Oh, look at that. That could even nearly have a draw on it. Geez, this golf coach of yours is doing wonders. Straight up. That was just another good shot up the middle.
Same for yourself.
Yeah, well, mine was a bit lucky, but the Pines here at Century Cove, they've got a lot of movement in the fairways here, and this is what you'll come up against. And I know you haven't played a lot of golf, but I'm going to teach you a couple of things here today on how to handle these mounds. So especially when you're playing around here, your feet are going to be a lot lower than the ball here. So what we want to try to do is level ourselves off. And what I mean by that is that push yourself into the hill and go down the grip a bit. Normally you'd hold the grip in a 7-iron. You've only got 160 metres here. You'd hold it up here somewhere. Just go down the grip a bit, bend over from the hips, and then just swing it normal. So you try to get yourself at the same level. Now, this is the art of the game. You've got to figure out how much right to left is going to be in this. So this
Depends
will be
on
the
the
fun
angle
bit.
and the type of shot.
Depends on the angle, but go down the shaft,
Yeah.
and it's still going to go right to left. 160 metres. Good
Give
luck.
it a go.
Oh, that's gold. That's going in. Oh, hit the flag! How good a shot was that? But I must say, the caddy gave you the wrong club because that hit in the flag itself.
Yeah, I somehow got a bit too much compression on that, I think.
Man, how good a shot was that? How good does that feel, hitting a shot out of the middle like that?
Very nice, to be honest.
Now,
Very special.
When you're on the bike, there had to have been days that it just felt right, hey?
Yeah, some days it normally just, it starts off very good. You come out of the box with a pretty good setup, and that's when things tend to flow very well. But, other days take a bit more work.
Right. It's exactly like golf. It takes work.
Very true.
You've started par. This is a birdie putt.
Birdie putt, but, yeah, still a fair way to go, so it's going to be tough.
Let's see if you can knock this in. I'll be
Yeah.
interested. You'll take the tournament lead here. I'm 2 over after 1. So when do you think you had that putt?
Hey?
When do you think you had that putt that you'd hold it?
Yeah, never.
That wasn't one of your better ones.
No, I thought it was going to go left to right, but then on the top, flatten out. But in fact, it's gone off to the left as soon as I got to this top point.
Owner-operator. I think it's the operator's fault there.
Very much so.
Well, amazing game golf, isn't it? You've gone from a birdie putt with one of the best shots you've ever hit to making a bogey.
Yeah.
Good
So
luck
that's
with
what
this
happens.
game. That's what happens. Knock it in. Now, most athletes don't want to retire. They hang on to their careers forever. You are in such a small section that said, I'm going to retire at 27. How hard a decision was that to make? Because you're at the top of your game.
That was a very hard decision, but at the same time, oddly easy.
Right.
In 2009, when I had lactose intolerance, and I said it sort of showed, people's true colours to me, and that it really was a business. There's not as much passion involved as I first thought. To be honest, because I realised it was for money, we set a very high price, going, they're not going to accept this, so we'll put that price. If they accept it, we'll do one more year. If they don't, we'll be out. They accepted the price, and I was like, wow, okay. I guess I'm going to do one more year, and I gave myself another week or so to think about it, and the days went by, and the more sure I was in my decision to stop, the money just never really interested me. I was very fortunate on everything I had already. So a few more offers from Honda at higher and higher things after I said no, and continued to say no was a nice feeling to be that important, as we would have been Honda's highest ever paid employee ever, to do with Formula One or anything else. It was a great privilege to sort of be offered that, but for me it wasn't where it was at, and there was a lot more to life for me than just racing motorcycles.
So what type of fish do you like to catch? What's yours? Do you go marlin fishing? Do you just like the bass, or what type of fishing?
I'd say my favourite is barramundi.
Right.
There's a reason it's pretty much Australia's favourite fish, because it's just spectacular. It's fantastic eating fish, of course, but at the same time, it's the way they bite, it's the way they jump and try and throw your lures, and when you get a good one over a metre, it's a great feeling.
Now, you don't throw the rod on the cart occasionally and try to fish the ponds around here at Century Cove, do you?
No, I haven't done it in Australia. I think it'd be a little bit frowned upon, but in America, it's more than okay half the time. So on this little sort of par 3 place, casting everywhere for bass, and at that time they were making little nests, and so you get them getting quite aggressive off the nest, and then you just let them go, and off they go again. And no, honestly, that was absolute blast. So
maybe we should bring it in Australia.
Might be good.
Let's give it a rip.
Alrighty.
Can you carry that bunker?
I hope so.
Oh, easy.
Looks like it.
He's made a few quotes, but one of them is, people can be great competitors on a Sunday, mates on a Monday. Not the case with Valentino Rossi.
He's furious, absolutely furious, Stoner, and who can blame him? That's silly. Valentino Rossi attacked from a long way back.
Obviously, your ambition outweighs the talent. Ambition was more than the talent. No problem.
Oh my God, what a thing for Casey Stoner to say.
I had huge amounts of respect for Valentino basically until I started beating him. And funnily enough, when you're beating someone, you don't think you're going to lose respect for the person behind. But he certainly taught me that, he really didn't like losing at all, especially getting beaten sort of fair and square, which he hadn't really had in his career up until myself, Danny, Jorge, started to beat him. he just tried to cause problems from us from the start, and that was really, really disappointing. And then from that moment on, he just constantly sticking in the knife, and unfortunately, after so many world championships and he had so much pull with the media, it was just a nightmare non-stop. And we'd have his fans trying to drag me off the scooter on my way to the truck, you know. And I've got Adriana on the back, and you know, abuse written all over the side of the motorhome and all these sort of things. It was just like, you know, Valentino's had plenty of chances over the years to, you know, ask his fans basically to have a little more respect for his competitors, but he seems to refuse that and enjoy the I suppose, difficulties that they cause for everybody else. I think when we started winning, it would have been nice to have some help, because we literally went from a nobody to huge, and it was hard to handle. Didn't sort of know how to handle it properly.
Stoner has laid down the card.
Most of the other riders in the paddock, they always had a little entourage of people that did everything and helped them out, and you know, they've got mates or people there that sort of massage their ego and all this sort of thing, and help them come up with their little celebration ideas and all that sort of stuff. But you know, myself and Adriana, we did it by ourselves. We did everything by ourselves. I think a big part of what I did over my career, I probably made mistakes in not spending money in having someone else take some pressures away from us so that we can maybe prolong our career. But at the same time, I was very proud as probably one of the only riders that became that successful without having anyone in my corner.
No way, no way.
It's all right.
I'm happy with that.
That's it. It's good. So with golf, one of the things that you'll get to know a lot about is about taking risk out of play.
Yep.
Right? So for mine, the risky shot is actually bumping and running, because to get it close to the pin, and which is what we're trying to do, you've got to be close to that bunker.
Yep.
But if you fly the ball and you can aim a little bit left, it actually brings in a bigger part of the golf course.
Well, that's what my flight of this ball, I'm like, you know...
So because it'll be a bit lower?
Yeah, no, it's because I stuff up this shot sometimes.
Right.
When I practice it a fair bit, I'm all right.
Yeah.
But it's this shot that I'll occasionally stuff up. If it's further back, I'll hit it perfect every time.
And you know why that is? Just to let you know why that is. With these people, if you're back there hitting like a full shot, you've got a full motion.
Yep.
With these ones, because it's shorter,
Yep.
you don't keep the motion going. So you need to keep, the best thing to keep in your head is not technical, is keeping the speed going. So if you're going to go back that fast, you've got to go through that fast. Don't go slow, 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 quick,
Yep.
or quick and then slow.
Yep.
Just keep the speed up. So we'll do that again.
Yep.
But keep that speed up. Nice. You've hit it too hard, but...
Nah. I'm going to play my shot if that's all right.
You said you couldn't hit that shot. Oh, it's fairly straight.
It was fairly straight.
Nice. That's the other thing with your putting. When you get stuck into your putting, just keep it simple.
Yep.
Don't overcomplicate it.
And also, same backswing as forward swing, rather than like I was doing small and then following through.
Yeah.
But it was this now, I just, boom,
No, putting looks nice
boom,
and simple.
and it keeps me constant through it.
Yep.
So small backswing for a small sort of front swing.
Yep.
And yeah, it's just my putting's improved, but my reading's still not great.
Oh, well, that'll come with time too. You're a dad now. How much fun is that?
A heck of a lot of fun, to be honest. It was hard the first few months because, you know, as I became a new dad, I was already going through the decision of whether to retire or not. Absolutely love my little girl, and every chance, every day I get to spend with her is fantastic, you know. She goes to school a few days a week now, and as much as it's nice, we get some time away from her, sort of miss her halfway through the day and want to get her back already. But no, I absolutely love being a dad and watching her grow up and all the experiences, and just every stage has been fantastic to watch over these last 4 years.
The On Par Nearest the Pin Challenge, brought to you by Teed Up Golf Tours, the US Masters and Open Championship Tour experts. The winner and a friend will fly to Hamilton Island, where they'll enjoy 3 nights accommodation and 2 rounds of golf at Hamilton Island Golf Club.
All right, Casey, this is it, the 110-metre challenge. Peter Sterling is still leading at 9 metres. I've already watched some of your game. I think you can get inside 9 metres, can't you?
I'd be happy just to get it on the green.
Oh, come on, no. All right, well, show us what you got. We've got a little bit of a water carry here and a little bit of wind into our face. So what club have you selected?
Pitch and wedge at the moment, so I'm quite happy with a bit of a tee. I carry a little bit further, so...
That's the club.
Yeah, right
Jeez,
distance
I hope
anyway.
the caddy gets it right then. All right, show us what you got.
Alrighty.
Oh, this is good right here.
Sterlo could be done. Oh, it's short. Now, it's definitely outside Sterlo's, but you're not the worst at all. It's 16.4. Mate, thanks for spending time with me today. Not too often I get time to spend with a 2-time world champion, but best of luck with your golf. I think you're on the right track without a doubt. Can't wait to see you on the golf course again.
No, I'm looking forward to it. You know, we're improving all the time, and you know, a little disappointed with my distance there, but everything else went well. So yeah, we had a few good holes.
I'm sure in the short amount of time I've known you that you'll go and actually practice that shot now, and you'll get it right next time we play.
I'll probably get it right in the next shot, but you know, that's always the way it goes. Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
All the best, mate. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
This has been a production of Fox Sports.